Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining. At the Federal Reserve, it's always been our priority to ensure that we provide support to our customers to make sure they best utilize the products and services that we offer. Quite often, our account executive team is involved in these initiatives. Having said that, we are very excited to offer a new touch point to our customers, a series of videos hosted by our account executive team that discuss our products and services as well as questions that we receive from our customers. In fact, this video does just that. We're going to be discussing some of the questions that we get from our customers on a regular basis. My name is Frank Blaharczyk. I am an account executive here at the Federal Reserve. I work with customers in the northern half of Illinois and the entire state of Wisconsin. I am joined today by three of my account executive colleagues, Frank Agnew, Stacy Springer, and John Pitts. Would you all like to take a minute and introduce yourselves?
Sure, I'll go first. I'm Frank Agnew. I'm the account executive for those in the 4th District, which covers Ohio, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia.
I'm Stacy Springer, and I get to serve institutions in the 10th District, including Colorado, Nebraska, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Wyoming.
I'm John Pitts. I'm account executive in the 7th District, and I work with institutions in Michigan, Indiana, and Iowa.
So tell me, what kind of questions are you all getting from your customers?
Generally, I receive questions focusing on our service offerings and how to use them. For example, I had a customer inquire about subscriber roles and responsibilities. They wanted to know how they could best leverage their subscribers on Fedline Advantage without wasting valuable resources on unnecessary personnel.
Oh, I agree. I get a lot of questions on exchanging transactions directly with the Federal Reserve, more often over a Fedline Advantage connection, but some institutions these days are wanting to take that a step further and automate their Check 21 files and ACH files with a Fedline command connection. We spend time discussing applications, service fees, and customer billing statements, and oftentimes by doing so, we uncover efficiencies that give customers a greater utilization of the services they already have with the Federal Reserve. For example, Fedline Advantage has a robust wire reporting suite called Fed Transaction Analyzer. There's a lot of folks that aren't subscribed to it, and it's included in their connection. John, do you get the chance to talk about maximizing services with the institutions you serve?
Absolutely. In fact, I believe that's the most crucial part of the role I have as an account executive. There are many instances we've identified situations where customers can utilize additional services that we have with the Federal Reserve, such as Fed Payments Manager, or they can add a second VPN for contingency purposes, and without having to change their current packages. Frank, are there certain questions you get from your customers?
Well, the one question I get all the time is how can I make my operation more efficient? You know, it's fun to sit down with the customer and just learn what they do on a day-to-day basis. And it's great when you can identify a few things they do in a manual fashion and help them automate it. A perfect example was a few weeks ago, I had an ACH customer who was undergoing an ACH audit. The auditor in charge was looking for some very specific detailed ACH transaction information for the previous year, and the customer had no idea where they can get the information. I signed them up for one of our services, Fed Payments Reporter, and they were able to provide that information to the auditor with just a few clicks of the button.
How about contingency planning? That's another example of questions leading to great discussions. There is no one-size-fits-all answer that's perfect for every institution. And more often than not, a Fedline Advantage connection offers the information and the reliability that today's consumers have grown to expect from the financial institution that they choose.
And speaking of great discussions, I enjoy when we're able to take a more consultative approach with our customers. In some of my conversations, we discuss what the customer is doing to improve their internal processes. Like, they might share with me some process that they're using to monitor, say, their customer's ACH returns activity. Well, I can take that idea and carry it to another customer. So something you might want to ask your account executive is, what are other institutions doing?
Exactly, Frank. And with that same mindset, I actually like getting questions about industry perspectives. I often attend conferences and get a great deal of intel from the work that our team is doing throughout the industry. And I like to share that information with our customers. Have there been questions that have stumped you in the past? And if so, what have you done about that?
Well, our customers are quite savvy. And when they ask questions that require me to do a little bit more research, I pick up the phone a friend, and I am so grateful for the specialized knowledge of our product teams.
This happens more than you might think. No matter how long you've been at this, thinking you've heard it all, someone always surprises you. The other day, I had a call from a customer. They wanted to know what steps they could take regarding a ransomware attack on their internal systems. So I assured them that I could help them in the days that come ahead by putting them in touch with our check and ACH folks to help them with finding any missing files or lost transactions.
Well, many of the resources that I use for my research are also available to my customers. For example, our customer contact center is staffed with some incredible technicians that know our Fedline products both inside and out, both technically and functionally. Another great service is frbservices.org.
frbservices.org is filled with great information from service descriptions and forms to recent communications, Fed 360 articles, and more. And all of this information is easy to find by using either the drop-down menus or the search bar.
Also, the contact button at the top of the page is very useful. If customers go to the contact page on frbservices.org and enter in their 9-digit routing number, it'll populate a page that has all of the Federal Reserve Bank contacts, including their account executives' information. We recommend that they print this information off and add it to their contingency plans in the event of an emergency.
Well, this has been a really great discussion. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. I really hope our customers get the sense that we love to hear their questions and come up with different topics all the time. Please keep an eye out for more topics coming your way featuring our account executive team. And we really thank you for joining us. Do reach out when we can be of service to you.